to today's podcast. This is my first episode ever. I've been thinking about doing a podcast for the longest while, but the microphones just came in, so I'm really excited. This episode will be mainly just, introducing myself and for you to get to know me about my life, the main point I want to give with this podcast. So, yeah, I will be having other people in other episodes as well, where we will just be mainly focusing on, dating in Berlin and getting to know other people in Berlin, what to do in Berlin, ex relationships, finding a boyfriend, all of those, teas that we need. But, getting to the point. So, give me 1 second. I need to close this door. But going back. So getting to the point. I am 23 years old, right? And I have been living in Berlin for 2.5 years. So since 2022. And I moved in with my now ex-boyfriend. Things didn't really, work out. But it wasn't because of me. So let's get that out there. But so yeah, I moved in 2022. It was also the first time that I moved without my parents, which was such a crazy feeling. Like, it was really the time that I woke up and said, okay, like, you're now an adult. You get to, do whatever you want. And, you're alone, like, you're off. So that kind of was like a wake-up call, let's say. But it was really fun, moving in with my ex-boyfriend and, doing all those lovey-dovey kind of things, buying furniture together, going to the supermarket. Like, even if it's just small little things, it excited us. It was like something new, We met in Mexico. I lived in Mexico for 5 years, and we met in middle school. We started dating in high school, though, so I was 16, if I'm not wrong. We were 7 years. We were dating for 7 years. So yeah, it was a good time. I'm not gonna say, it was a bad relationship or anything. I'm not gonna, put it out there because it's not the truth. We had complications, like every relationship does, but it wasn't, I think, the worst relationship. Except at the end, when I saw that, there was cheating involved in the relationship and several other things that I will get into on the other episode with one of my very good friend that has been through a very similar situation. But whatever. Talking about me, introducing myself. So as I said, I'm 23. I moved in Berlin in 22. I am currently studying health and care management here in Berlin, so I have about 9 months left, I believe. So currently, finishing, getting to work. But yeah, it's fun, actually. Like, I love what I'm studying. It's hard, I'm not gonna lie, but it's fun, and I think it's something that I will be doing in the near future. But I'm also working as a working student, meaning I work 20 hours a week for a company called... Yeah, that's us. So I've been working for them for a year and a half now. Love the company, love my team, love everything about it. Honestly, really happy about my decision. What else? I have amazing friends. Like, I love my friends. They're not studying in the same university as me. I got to know them because of my ex-boyfriend. They studied together. But I love those girls. Like, I honestly, like, they always check up on me. We're always doing something. I really, really love them. And damn, they're crazy as hell. Like, let me tell you, 2 or 3 of them, they're out of their mind. So I love that. We just vibe. What else? I love going out. Like, going out in Berlin, you have everything you want. Like, every type of music. You want Latin music? Go for it. You want techno? A lot of options. You want hip hop? You want I don't know, R&B, you want, what's it called? Afro beats? I've also been there. Cool vibe. It's not really my thing, but it's nice. You just have everything in Berlin. So I think it was really the best thing to come out here and, also kind of create this podcast, as I mentioned, to just talk about Berlin. Because I remember before moving to Berlin, I was having this issue where I was looking up videos on the internet to, get to know Berlin and how the lifestyle is there, how to get friends, how, studying university works, how to find a job. And, there are videos out there, correct, but it's more for foreigners, meaning, it's more like visa focused, like how to get a visa, how to get your visa approved, the documentations you need. And for example, in my case, I'm from Portugal, so I'm already in the European Union, so I didn't have to do anything like visa related. So as I mentioned, it's really hard to find a podcast or a video in general where you will get information on how to party, get an apartment, stuff like that. So I thought, you know what? Let me create a podcast about Berlin, but a different type of Berlin, not the touristy kind of thing. Let me create a podcast where I can talk and give out my experiences in Berlin related to, partying, dating, getting to know people, the vibe here. Do I recommend people coming to Berlin? Do I not? Pros and cons, all of that, So, yeah, partying in Berlin, let me tell you, it's crazy. Like, let me get into techno, because techno, as everyone I think knows, Berlin is really focused in techno. It's like the city of techno. And I have a friend that is a DJ, and he's told me such crazy stories that happen. I'm like, damn. Like, when I go to a techno party, I don't see half of that things like happening, right? I'm just so focused in the music or with people I'm with, and that's it. But now, the next time I go to a techno club, I really want to focus on what is happening in my surroundings. Like, I want to focus on other people, not like a stalking thing, not like that, but I do want to see, what's happening, because there is a club called Kit Kat, or Berghain. I think Berghain is the most known club for people. Never been there, let me tell you, not of my interest. But Kit Kat, I've been there, right? I'm not gonna lie, I've been there, people. And what happens there is something that I expected. Because when you hear, oh, Kit Kat, is free and they take your phones and you have to wear certain clothes, like you already have an idea on, what you're getting into. So, but actually like going there and being like, hey, I just entered this, free club where I can feel comfortable in what I'm wearing. People won't judge me, and there are no phones to, film me. That is the best feeling. And the music, damn, very good techno. I've noticed, right, that I thought, this is gonna sound so stupid, but I thought like techno was techno, right? Like, I didn't know that techno had these different technos. Like, so every time I went to a club, I'm like, is this techno? Because I'm not like, this is not the techno we heard last week. And they're like, yeah, this is techno, but this is like hard techno. I'm like, what do you mean? So getting to my point, Kit Kat is like a mixture of hard techno and soft techno. It like depends on the days that you go and the DJ that is playing. But like the soft techno is a vibe, for me at least. Hard techno, I think it's like, it depends on your group of friends, because most of my friends are not into techno. So they're more just like a chill vibe, chilling out there, dancing, yeah, but not really enjoying it. And I feel like if I go with one of my friends, she loves techno, I think I would have a better time listening to hard techno in those clubs with her. But my computer went off. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I really recommend coming to Berlin and listening to techno. As I said, I didn't know there were types of technos. I'm sorry, I really didn't. But yeah, Kit Kat, I do recommend. The music is a vibe. Whatever happens in there happens in there. You know, you do you. Not my vibe. I mean, not my vibe in the sense of I would never be doing the things that people are doing in there just because I'm insecure and I don't want to be watched. But if you're up for it, you do you. Honestly, go for it. You'll have fun. Trust me, you will. Also, another thing that I noticed, right? So, Berlin, as I said, is very like techno thing and like black vibes, like literally what I'm wearing right now. But it's not. Like coming to Berlin, I was so worried about how I would look, what I would wear, you know, because I had come to Berlin to visit a few times, right, in my life. Like, it's not the first time, like, I came to Berlin and, oh my God, it's a shock. Like, no, I've been to Berlin to visit before, also the university and everything. But, so I was really worried about, like, the outfits that I should be wearing to, you know, feel like I've moved in correctly and, you know, kind of involve myself in the city. That is the biggest lie, honestly. Like, you can wear whatever you want and people won't judge you. Like, people won't even look at you. It's crazy. Like, I remember, like, I think the first 2 months, like, I was wearing, you know, baggy jeans, black shoes, black tops, the eye makeup, really, you know, focused on kind of dark makeup. And I'm like, this is the worst thing I'm trying to do. Like, it's so dumb, honestly. Like, really, really dumb. So I stopped doing that and I wear whatever I want. It doesn't matter how crazy it is, how creative it is, how basic it is. People do not judge you here. And it's another thing I freaking love. Like, people don't tell you anything. Like, you could go up, right, to a bridge. A lot of, for example, Warschauer Straße. Warschauer Straße is like a very known street and it's always full of people. Like, you can be there in 4 a.m. and there will be people. It's crazy. But I love that street. And there is like a bridge that you have to cross to change public transportations. If you go up to that bridge and scream, people won't even give a damn. Like, they won't even look at you. Like, it's crazy. Do you know how many homeless people are in Berlin? Sadly, a lot. And most of them are in drugs. And I've seen like 2 or 3 times like people taking drugs. And for me, it was a shock in the beginning because I was like, how are people not saying anything? Like, how are people not, like, I don't know, calling the cops? You know, it was me, like, me being an innocent girl, like, seeing drugs for the first time. I was like, what the? But then I started to understand, like, people here just don't give a shit. They just keep on doing what they want to. Like, you're just going to their destination. Don't really give a shit about others. So you can scream, you can be drinking. Yeah, legal drinking, whatever. Bad example. But you can be, I don't know, taking drugs. Of course, drugs are illegal here, except for weed. But, like, people won't even say anything to you. Like, you can go up to a park. You can be doing, you know, coke out of your phone. People won't say anything. They'll walk right past you. Even children, right? Like, families with children, they'll walk past and children won't even give a damn. Like, that's the education that they have here. Like, it's not your thing. It's not your friend. It's not your problem. Just walk and go. My education was very different. We like the tea. We love to talk. So every time we see something, we're going to be like, oh my God, did you see that? Like, are you seeing that? Like, oh my God. Like, that's how my family is. And I love that. I honestly do. I just feel sometimes Berlin can be way too free because, I don't know, I don't have kids. I would love to have kids one day. But I don't think that's the education I would give them. Like, I would teach them, like, drugs are not okay. This is gonna come off so bad. I just know people are gonna come at me and be like, but drugs are okay if you take them and like to a certain point. Like, yes, you do you. It's just not the education I want to give them, Like, I'm gonna teach them that drugs are not okay. Trying, go for it. Not all of them, please. But like, it's not like I would tell the kids, like, if you see someone taking drugs, don't comment on it. Of course, don't go up to the person and be like, what are you doing? But, just keep aware of your surroundings, because you don't know how the person is going to react. You don't know how the person mentally is. And by consuming those drugs, you don't know how they react towards you or towards anyone. So I don't know. Maybe it's my culture and the way I, was educated, but it's just what I think, honestly. Like, I don't know. Drugs here is a big thing. I respect it. I don't get involved. You do you. But just not in front of families, right? For example, last Saturday, we had Rave of Planet, which is a parade, but focused in techno. So every little cart, I'll try to insert a picture or a video that I took. But it's basically like small little carts that every club has. For example, Kit Kat, Berghain, Club Ost. Every has their own cart and play their own music, which is great. It's amazing. It, goes all day long. You see people drinking and partying and really vibing with the music. And I love that. What I don't agree is people taking their small children. Like, people go there naked. Like, wait, let me correct myself. People go there wearing kinky stuff. Not everyone, but a lot of people do, which is okay. But some people are literally walking naked there, which is crazy to me. Like, I wouldn't want to be walking naked and, everyone to see my body. I don't know. It's me. Whatever. But there are naked people walking there and wearing kinky stuff or a normal outfit. Depends on your vibe. No one judges. But then again, there are families walking with strollers like around the parade. Like, kids, when I mention kids, it's not like 12, 13-year-olds. No, like, I'm talking 6, 7, or even younger. I have a 6-year-old, almost 6-year-old cousin. I would never, ever in my life take her to such parades. If we come to, for example, the LGBTQ parade that we also have, I think it's in July, I would take her to that. Yeah, the vibe is different. The music is different. People are colorful and celebrating love. That's a different thing. Now, techno, kinky, naked, drinks, and drugs, yeah, no, you're staying home. Like, I'm not doing that, like, to my cousin. Like, I think it's a good way for her to understand or to give, to have a concept of how partying is, and also maybe a way to teach how you should party. But I don't think that's the appropriate age to see those stuff. At least my opinion. But yeah, I think I just grew up differently, honestly. I think maybe I'm closed-minded. I don't know. But coming to closed-minded, I don't think I am closed-minded because, as I mentioned before, I lived in Mexico for 5 years. And I have also lived in India for 3 years, Brazil twice, in total 6 years. And then the rest of them here in Germany. I don't know how to do. I suck at math. So I think, if I'm not wrong, I think 7 or 8 in Germany. Not in Berlin, a different city, which you cannot compare to Berlin. Like, that city, I don't even know how many people live there, not gonna lie. It's very small. So, but also, like, it's crazy to see, like, it's the same country. The city is 2 hours away from Berlin. It's not far at all. But you can still see a major cultural difference. I'll give you a very simple example. People in the city that I lived in and was actually born in. At 10 p.m., no sound at all. Or else people or neighbors will call the police on you. I understand. It's nighttime, families, kids need to go to sleep, or need to go to work the next day. Completely understand. So, my neighbor is a DJ. He does not stop playing music at 10 p.m. It goes until 3 or 4 a.m. Do you think... I've been living in this apartment for, I think, almost 2 years now. He does it every day. Do you think that someone has called the police on him? No. Do you think I will call? No, because I'm scared of the police. Like, I'm not doing that. I can still sleep. I've gotten used to it. But that's like the thing. The city is 2 hours away. The city that I was born in, they respect that so much. Like, typical German, like, you reach that time, you're done. Like, lights out, basically. Here, it's the same rule, and no one freaking follows it, and nothing happens. There is no one that complains. Zero. And the music is really loud, so I believe that other neighbors hear it as well. Not just me. I don't believe that. But it's crazy. That's exactly what I mean. Like, Berlin is so open. People can be very respectful. Except for this neighbor. He doesn't really give a shit. But people are open. And honestly, if you're looking for that, openness and meeting new people, a mixture of cultures, because Berlin does not have the German culture. Like, let's be honest. No. This is a mix of cultures. And if you're looking for that, go for it. If you're looking for techno, go for it. If you're looking for, international jobs, like English-speaking jobs, it's here. Or in Munich, I think. I'm not sure if I think Munich as well, but Berlin, is the main one. For example, if you go to a cafe, people will most likely answer you in English than in German. Like, I have had so many incidents where I'm ordering a coffee and I order it in German. Like, I speak German, and they tell me, like, hey, I'm sorry, like, I only speak English. I'm like, amazing, even better for me. But, like, it's crazy to know that Berlin is turning into freaking England to 2.0. Like, most places only speak English, and I like that. Honestly, like, I think whole Germany should be like that. More openness, more English, more, welcoming people that don't speak German. Like, German is not easy. Till this day, I have difficulties in speaking German. I speak it fluently, but I always make mistakes. Like, there is no freaking chance. Like, even Germans have difficulties in their own native language. So trust me, it's not an easy language. So I really like how they're open to tourists, getting involved in the city, in the country, and not having to worry about learning the language. It's a plus. I'm not going to lie. It's a very big plus if you learn the language. It's hard, but there are also so many people giving out classes. And, I think if you really focus on trying to learn German, you'll get there. So it is definitely a plus. But what I like is that it's not mandatory. If you go to the city that I was born in, you're doomed. Like, you need German ASAP. Like, there is no freaking job that will accept you if you don't speak German. If you want to work at a cafe, you're done. Here in Berlin, you have everything you need. You have every job opportunity you need. Like, you're fine. English, you're fine. And yeah, I really like that about the English speaking thing. Also, another thing about Berlin. I feel like I'm focusing this episode just mainly talking about Berlin, which is good. It's a very good introduction. I think you can see how much I have learned in Berlin and how much we still need to talk about, trust me. But another thing is that Berlin is, how should I say it? it's very diverse. So you have, for example, you have Mitte, which is, Alexanderplatz. I'll try to insert pictures so you guys know what I'm talking about if you don't know Berlin. But you have, Alexanderplatz. Then if you're in Charlottenburg, you have the Kudamm and, the very pretty street. And then you have Prenzlauer Berg and Neukölln, which is, in my opinion, not the best areas. It's like I'm not going to call it dangerous areas because Berlin is not dangerous. At least for me. I don't think Berlin is dangerous. I feel very safe here. But it's just not the pretty zones, let's say. I think at night I would not recommend you going there. Let's just say. Let's keep it that way. But my point is that every of those areas, you also have, like inside those areas, you have other cultures going on. For example, Neukölln and Prenzlauer Berg, you will see more, Turkish guys. Very involved, like, kebabs and all of those things. Like, there are a lot of Berlin has a lot of Turkish people, but those areas, even more. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's like you're in Turkey. Like, the shops and, people selling vegetables. And, like, it's adorable. Like, it's adorable, like, Turkish people. Like, the women selling vegetables and fruits, and then right next to it is, I don't know, like a kebab or something. Like, it's so cute. But yeah, and then for example, if you go to what's it called, Holzmarkt, which is near Ostbahnhof, I'll insert a picture of everything. But there is a very so Holzmarkt is like an open beer garden. You can drink, you can smoke. There are also inside like restaurants inside, so you can be eating a pizza, some tacos, delicious. It's honestly my favorite place. Love the place. It's such a good vibe. Recommended 100%. But my point being, right next to it is a club called Yam. It's not a club. Is it? I don't think it's a club. I don't remember the name of what they call it. But whatever. It's like an African thing, right? So right when you go inside, there are like just all these like African dishes that you can order. Amazing. I've eaten there. It's so good. But you have like the African dishes, and then you walk a bit further, and on your right side, there's like a beach club. So like it's literally sand. You can lay down, enjoy, or you can sit down, or you can stand and drink. And right next to it is like a DJ playing. So the vibe is, and it's right next to a river. So you really feel like, in the summer, you really feel like the summer vibes, the sun hitting you, having a margarita or something, enjoying the music, such a nice vibe. Then there is a basketball court, and you see all these like African kids like playing basketball. Such amazing vibe, like such a family thing. But passing, the basketball court, there is behind of it another like section where you can dance to Afrobeats. So good. It's really big. There is no sand, I believe. Like, I don't really remember because it has been quite a few months that I've been there. But so there's like these tents and the DJ playing. I'm talking way too much and not saying basically anything, but my point being is that like inside Berlin, you'll see a lot of cultures, and you'll find your people. It's not hard, honestly. I think you just need to move around a bit, go to different areas of Berlin, see what you're feeling, see what you like, what you don't like, where you feel comfortable and safe. And then, you'll start finding your people. Also, there's an app called Bumble Friends. I think there's Bumble Dating, and then there's Bumble Friends. And Bumble Friends will help you, find friends, which is really good. I've never tried it, but I have people that I know that tried it, and they say it's really good to meet people because there it's like dating. You just swipe right, swipe left. You see their information, like, hey, I'm looking for a friend. I've been in Berlin since blah, blah, blah. My hobbies are this and this. You see their pictures and you're like, could be a good friend, could not. People, you need to understand if you come to Berlin and you're nervous, like I was, even though I moved in with my ex-boyfriend. If you're nervous and you're like, I don't know, like maybe I'll be alone, maybe I won't find anyone, maybe, people won't like me. No, that's all in your head. Trust me, people coming to Berlin or that are new in Berlin or have been here forever and still feel the same, trust me, you're not alone in this. There are, I think, 3 million people in Berlin. Am I right? I think so. 3 million people. You cannot be the only one feeling like that. Trust me. You won't. It can be hard getting into Berlin, even more in the winter. Trust me, winter time in Berlin, you're out. Even I hate it, and I try, to escape Berlin in the winter. But if not, in the summer, it's so easy to find friends. You go, for example, as I mentioned, to Holzmarkt. There's so many people sometimes sitting there alone, having a drink or reading a book that are so friendly. Like, for example, me. I was there last week and with a friend. And we walked past like these two girls that were reading a book. And they looked up and smiled. Just like that. Like out of no reason. They just smiled at us. Or there was this other guy that was eating a pizza. He was really cute. He even offered me a piece of pizza, But getting to the point, they're so nice. And you can see that they're, open to getting to know you and to talk to you. And, maybe out of that, a very good friendship can evolve. I, for example, since I broke up with my ex, before that, I was very... I'm not going to say antisocial, but for me, it was really hard getting to know people. I'm just more like this close person. Like, I cannot go up to a person and be like, hey, you good? Like, I can't do that. So, but since then, I was like, you know what? Let's wake up. You're in Berlin. You have your friends, of course, but you want to get to know other people. Like, something is missing. Like, you need more. You feel like you're missing out on such crazy and cool people out there. So that's exactly what I did. I installed Bumble, not the friends one. I installed Bumble and I met 3 guys. And then there's this other guy that, after the date, at the end we decided to stay friends. We really connected as friends. So that's exactly what I mean. Like, you need to get out there. Maybe you're looking for someone to date, but at the end, you'll have this great friendship that it was so worth it. It was so worth the risk of thinking he's going to be a catfish. And he wasn't. And you're going to have the best time of your life. So trust me, do that. Just install the app. Put your best pictures out there. Enjoy swiping right and left. Wait for them to text you and go for it. I do recommend one thing. Meet up in a public place. Please, don't put yourself in dangerous situations. Just go to a park. Park is the best date. And I'm going to tell you why. If the guy wants to drink, you go to a Späti and you order the drink that has the least alcohol in it. So you're drinking, but you're not really drinking. So you won't get drunk to the point of he can do something to you. Tip number 1. Tip number 2, go to the park. Why? Because there's always people walking around the park. Don't go to an area of the park where no one freaking sees you. Bad idea. Go to an area of the park where you have your own space, yes, but people can still see you. And you'll have the most amazing time. That's exactly what I did. And I have now one of the best guy friends I've had in a very long time. And it was the best decision I've done. Good English. I've done. And since then, I deleted all dating apps. But that will be on the next episode with my friend. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good one. Everything is going to come out. Ex-relationships, dating in Berlin, how it is, best apps for dating. Trust me, we'll get there. But yeah, so this was, I think, a good episode. I think you got to know me. I think I talked a lot about Berlin. So I think it was a very good introduction for you to have an idea how this is gonna be. But if you've watched until now, thank you so much. It makes me so excited, like, if people, really watch my podcast and actually really learn something from it, not just like watching to because they're bored, like, go for it. But also like wanting to learn something and getting something out of it. And, I just want to help people. And because, as I said before, I don't think there are a lot of podcasts out there that really talk about Berlin. So hopefully I can do that for you guys. But that's it. So I'm trying to, or I'll try to, post an episode every week. And this is the only episode that I will be doing alone. All the other episodes, I will be having guests. And every episode with the guests will be a different, focus. So as I said, with one of my friends, it will be dating in Berlin, how it works, blah, blah. With the other girl, it will be about our past relationships. That one I'm really excited about because the tea is going to be out there. And I've been quiet for way too long. Trust me, way too long. But yeah, guys. So it was really nice doing this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And it wasn't really boring. But tell me what you want me to focus on. And then I can do that for you guys and, see my way. So thank you for watching. Give a like. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.